And there came a day unlike any other, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Comics Daily from Scorcher Hill, hosted by Brian Keown and Matt Wood. From Scorcher Hill, this is Star Wars Comics Daily. I'm Matt Wood.
And I'm Brian Keown.
Welcome to episode 109 of Star Wars Comics Daily, Star Wars number 10. Star Wars number 10 was released October 7th, 2015.
It was written by Jason Aaron, pencils by Stuart Immonen, inks by Wade Von Grawbadger. Colorist was Justin Ponsor, letterer is Chris Eliopoulos, and the covers by Immonen and Von Grawbadger.
Were these issues ever given letters pages?
I think this one does have it because, it does have a letters page because I noticed that Heather signs her name. Heather Anto signs her name at the end.
Okay, cool. Have you looked at any of those questions?
Just kind of skimmed them. I didn't really look at.
Because I think that's something that's been abandoned in Star Wars comics. I think that's right.
Yeah, I haven't noticed in any of the recent ones, but you're way more interested in letters pages than I am, so I don't really pay attention.
You never know when you dig up a nugget.
Yeah, it's cool when you look at like older stuff and you see like George R.R. Martin and people like that writing in as just
George R.R. Martin?
George R.R. Martin, yeah. George R.R. Martin, sorry.
It's all right. That's what I thought you said George. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Where are we going with this? Right. Yeah. That cover. Can't wait for Luke to fight that Rancor in this issue.
Yep, he's totally going to do it.
It's going to happen.
No, it does not happen.
Let me tell you what happens, though, in this issue.
All right.
Oh, my God. You turn the page, and it's a big old star fight drawn by Stuart Immonen, and everybody loses it because it's amazing.
Yep.
Aboard the Colt Viper, Sana, Han, and Leia are flying away from a Star Destroyer and a murder of TIE fighters.
Hang on a second, dude. Sorry. You called it the Colt Viper?
Is that not what it is?
No, it's the Volt Cobra.
Hey, I was typing this from memory, and I thought, that's what it's got to be called. What is the Colt? Is the Colt Viper a thing?
It's kind of the opposite of the Volt Cobra, I guess. But no.
A Colt Viper is a gun.
Yeah, Viper's on the ships on Battlestar Galactica. Colt is a gun brand.
Yeah. There's a Colt Viper and a Colt Cobra.
Okay. Sorry.
No, I'm glad you corrected me because I was like, what's that thing called when I was typing this up? I was like, it's called the Colt Viper.
Yeah.
It's the Volt Cobra, correct?
Yes. That's it.
All right, cool. Aboard the Volt Cobra, Sana, Han, and Leia are flying away from a Star Destroyer and a murder of TIE fighters. Sana brags about how the Cobra is faster than the Falcon. She enters her trajectory and is able to escape through hyperspace. Speaking of the Falcon, Chewbacca and C-3PO land on Nar Shaddaa. 3PO attempts to be diplomatic and approaches some droids on a busy street. After asking them if they have seen Luke or R2, they're soliciting, by the way. Or not soliciting, they're loitering.
Yeah.
No, soliciting was what they got in trouble for.
Right, that's what R2 and 3PO were doing in that doorway that one time.
That one guy is like, hey, quit that. After asking them if they've seen Luke or R2, they lure him into an alley to abduct him, I think. Before they are able to, Chewbacca comes to the droids' aid and attacks the street droids. 3PO suggests that the droids tell Chewbacca everything that they know. Luke is led by Magna droids into an empty arena. He meets a hooded man named the Game Master. I should say hooded alien. The Game Master hands Luke his lightsaber and ignites one of his own. He explains that Luke is to be trained before fighting for an audience later. 3PO and Chewie enter the bar that Luke had his lightsaber stolen from. 3PO inquires about his friends, and naturally the patrons and bartender withhold information. Chewie begins beating folks up in a massive bar fight. Our second Chewbacca bar fight so far in our Star Wars comics.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The second one on Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah.
That's a good callback here. All right.
Yeah.
Luke is fighting Magna droids while Gracchus speaks with the Game Master. The Game Master explains that Luke is strong in the Force, but he has had very little training. The Hutt says that he will still have the last of the Jedi perform for an audience. They go to a menagerie where the Hutt is keeping a massive beast caged up for Luke to fight. I wonder what that beast could be. It must be
Surely,
those droids.
surely was.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, surely it wasn't on the cover. That would be crazy.
Yeah, I think it's actually those animals that Palpatine was using in Dark Empire 2.
Right.
The Fate Rancors that were essentially just Rancors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So much so that they had to retcon it into they're Rancors that are altered.
Right. Biologically altered or whatever.
Yeah. Meanwhile, aboard the Volt Cobra, Leia gets info from the rebels that Luke is in trouble on Nar Shaddaa. Sana refuses to take them there. Leia offers her money. Sana says she wants Han instead. They make a deal and travel to the smuggler's moon. On the roof of a building, Chewbacca holds the bartender over the edge by the foot. The bartender tells them where Gracchus is located, but says that Luke will soon be dead. Chewie drops him off the roof into a passing garbage barge. In a seedy-looking bar, a one-eyed Gungan is talking to a shadowy figure, telling him that he has seen Chewbacca, and where Chewbacca is, Han Solo must be nearby. It is revealed that the Gungan is talking to the bounty hunter Dengar.
Woohoo!
Yep, old Dengar. Dengar is drunk.
Well, yeah. He wears diapers on his head all the time. Come on.
Exactly. Oh well. It's a great little cameo.
Yep.
I remember being very happy turning the page, and then honestly, it's smart too because your eye goes directly to the Gungan.
Yeah, because is that Jar Jar? What?
Yeah, exactly. Did Captain Tarpals have did he get rugged or something? But no, and then you're like, oh wait, whoa, it's Dengar. It's a great moment. It's an excellent reveal. Once again, Wikipedia editors of 2015, calm down when you're writing the Star Wars comic book summaries. Oh my goodness, calm down. Like a single panel does not need a paragraph.
Yeah.
I remember people were hard up for some Star Wars, and I get it, but holy cow, every issue, it's going to taper off, but every issue of these comics, it is insanity, the level of detail. But okay, I'm.
That's what we're here for, dude.
Yeah.
Minutia.
I guess so, but
Not really. But
even we're saying do we really need to have the link to what marriage is? Especially given that they're not married.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a bit much. I don't know if it was the Star Wars issue last week, but Leia's at the controls of a gun aboard a Corellian freighter.
Even though she grew up on a world where they had no weapons, dude.
Exactly. Wouldn't have been great had Han mentioned that.
Yeah. Well, he is making fun of her because she can't hit anything.
Yeah. She sure shoots like one.
Yeah.
Man, it's a double insult, isn't it? She doesn't even look like a princess, but she sure shoots like one.
Yeah.
Oof. It's pretty rough, Han. Boy, look at those TIE fighters. Excellent.
Yep. Yeah. And Vol Cobra looks super awesome, too.
Oh, absolutely. You were saying something before I went on about the gunners.
I don't remember what I was going to say.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I think I was going to say something about, obviously he's, punching in the arm like a kid on the playground.
Yeah. I like the panel of Luke or Han and Leia, like how they're positioned differently.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice little page layout there.
Right, because you assume the gun seats are just like in the Falcon, where they're all move around and not necessarily in the same, I guess, gravity field as the rest of the ship.
Yeah, I wonder if the two, cylinders on the bottom of the Colt Cobra, Volt Cobra. I wonder if they are guns or if they're like engines.
Yeah. I mean, if they're guns, they're huge guns.
Yeah. But that could be cool.
Yeah.
If they're engines, too, that's strange, because you see, the exhaust being produced in the center of the thing. Get a call back to the Kessel Run.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like San is very much familiar with the events of Solo, a Star Wars story.
Right.
But not familiar enough that she wants to give us any kind of revelations.
No, because obviously they didn't know what it was necessarily.
Not at this point, no. Let's see. Oh yeah, they. I always love that one little detail. Like you can't just take off in hyperspace because if you do that, I mean, it's something that I take for granted. Even though Han, when hyperspace is first mentioned in Star Wars, mentions the fact that you can't just take off from anywhere. Because
Right.
you might be in the middle of a supernova and that would end your trip real quick.
Yeah, your computer's got to navigate the route or whatever.
Yep. I would have been furious had these TIE fighters taken off, though, in hyperspace, because they can't do that.
Yeah.
Even though apparently they can in Rise of Skywalker.
Well, I was going to say the ones in the future can.
Yeah. First Order, I'm all in for that. I'm okay with that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, X-Wings can do it, so, I mean, seems... Man, I think even probably Darth Vader's can't it?
I don't think we ever see that it does, unless it happens in the comic. But I'm okay with that happening more than a regular.
Like I was about to say, if the X-Wings can do it, I'm sure that you could adapt a TIE fighter to do it.
Initially, I think that was one of the problems that people had with the X-Wing. But it has to make sense that it can, because otherwise Luke going to Dagobah would take forever. But I think people point out that like it's weird that like we don't see it until like Return of the Jedi. That the X-Wing takes off in hyperspace. But yeah, I'm way more okay with it that it can.
Well, and they obviously we talked about TIE fighters can't land and X-Wings can. So X-Wings seem like they're way more versatile than a TIE fighter is.
Yeah. It has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm starting to come around to the theory that Han doesn't actually know how to fly the Falcon, or is not great at flying it, but Chewie, or Han cannot fly the Falcon by himself, but Chewie can.
Yeah, Chewie for sure can. And I don't know, we've seen Han's flown it before, hasn't he?
By himself?
Because I mean, I guess because even in Force Awakens, Chewie's hurt, but Rey has to come and be the co-pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, I believe Chewie can because Chewie's smart.
I 100% believe that he's not as great a pilot as he thinks he is, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Or at least probably doesn't think it. He just brags about how great he is.
Or he takes a lot of the credit that Chewie has. Yeah. This is definitely a 1977 Chewbacca. The way the head is shaped feels right. Chewie has variations from Empire to, like especially Return of the Jedi. Right? Return of the Jedi has a haircut. Like his hair parts like Dawson.
Really, I guess I haven't noticed.
Yeah, like I always feel like the New Hope Chewie has a rounded off head. Empire Chewie, it's a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit pointier, I guess. I don't know. I could be crazy, but I do know Return of the Jedi Chewie is very, very different compared to.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I would imagine again, like we've been talking about it with most of these guys and this stuff. Probably a lot of this is based off the toys more than even the movies or whatever. Like Dengar's rival at the end, that I remember that being part of his toy.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Treadwell. When our boy C-3PO comes to talk, I love the Treadwell droid.
Is that what that's called? I thought it was funny because he's the one that's all threatening him. Like that doesn't seem like a very threatening droid.
Yeah, but he's got all those weird arms.
Yeah, and one of them does have the little buzzsaw, so I guess that's scary.
So the one that looks like he's made out of like paper plates, that is CZ series secretary/business communications droid.
Okay.
The one that we see that works for the Empire all the time.
Yeah, he had a toy. I had one of those.
Evil droid. He is a RA7 protocol droid.
Okay.
And of course, the astromech is an R5 unit.
Yeah.
And WED Treadwell repair droid. So he's we see one working on. I want to say we see one without all the arms working on the Lars farm.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that style of droid before.
And there's definitely one. It's probably the same one, honestly. That's on the Falcon at Hoth, and Han's yelling at him about like the mistake he made
Right.
In Empire Strikes Back. So like him having a little Dremel tool, if he's a repair droid, that makes sense.
Sure.
So
Again, I'm not sure how threatening it is, but I mean, he's also threatening 3PO, who's scared of everything. So.
Right. 3PO does seem a little bit braver than normal, knowing that Chewbacca's behind him, obviously. But surely I'm okay with 3PO being aloof, but.
And 3PO is one of those characters that not pretends, but he always acts as if he's going to be afraid and won't do anything. But when push comes to shove, he'll do it.
Oh, sure, yeah. 3PO is.
He's a lot braver than he puts on.
Yeah. Good for him. I like when you see the bits of droids flying away in that panel where Chewbacca shows up. Chewbacca looks monstrously huge, but
right.
Whatever, it's cool. You see like a little droid spinal cord.
Right.
I think that might be the track of the Treadwell, but that's what it initially looked like to me.
It does look like kind of a spinal cord.
Yeah. And of course he rips the droid's arms off.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's what they do.
I have to imagine R5D4 got out unscathed.
Right, he rolled away.
Yeah.
Does that count as a dismemberment? Ripping?
No, we don't use droids, remember?
Okay.
Yeah. We can't do it. We
hear you.
We just can't do it. You have to draw the line, Brian, somewhere.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
I just, we get so few. I figured maybe we would.
Yeah. Well, we wouldn't have as few if we started counting droids.
Yeah.
But yeah. Magna Droid is what the General Grievous droids are called.
Yeah, they called him that in the last issue.
Yeah. The Game Master, he is a bigger deal, right?
Yeah, we see more of him as it goes along. I guess either he's an ex-stormtrooper and then goes back to being a stormtrooper, or they hire him to be at some point he becomes a stormtrooper and gets his own little squadron of stormtroopers.
Yeah. They're like the tough guy stormtrooper battalion.
Sort of like Bad Batch is, where they're kind of the specialist.
There's a heavy.
Yeah. And he does continue to use a lightsaber.
Yeah. Even though he is not force sensitive.
No.
I think that's established here.
Yeah, but he is pretty awesome at using a lightsaber.
Sure, which I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But you can't repair them. That's another problem.
I do like that because it's like, they start falling apart, and it's like, well, I don't know. Luke one time found this big cache of them under this tree. That seemed fine.
They all seemed like, he started passing them out like they were candy. Right. Yeah. That seemed like it was going just perfectly okie dokie.
Yeah.
That certainly is a strange thing. Like the lightsaber. I mean, I guess I can understand how it needs like maintenance, but I feel like we've seen like ancient lightsabers that are okay. Like, isn't the Darksaber? Is that part of its whole thing?
Yeah, it's definitely old. But I mean, I think if you know how to maintain it, that's fine. But I mean, these guys probably have no idea how to maintain them.
Sure.
And maybe, I mean, who knows if you have to replace the kyber crystals and stuff like that.
Oh man, if that's a thing, then.
But I mean, at the same time, Rey's able to fix Luke's in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, you have to imagine no one's been able to use that thing. Well, like when she finds it, like, because like it's been about 40 years since anyone has used the. I mean, as far as we know, has used the Anakin Luke lightsaber until Finn uses it.
Yeah.
If Finn flips it on, it works just fine. But then again, maybe Maz knows how to fix up lightsabers.
Sure. Well, and then even after that, it gets ripped in half. I mean, it gets destroyed in Last Jedi, and she fixes it.
Yeah, we put like a little leather Band-Aid on it. But oh well. I mean, there's also like Leia's lightsaber. But then again, Luke could have maintained.
Yeah.
But, you know what I just noticed?
What's that?
You know how like Luke like throws away his lightsaber whenever Rey gives it to him?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently in his hut the entire time he's had Leia's lightsaber just like right there.
Sure.
So maybe he doesn't. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's not his to throw away.
That's true. That's true. That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah. And plus, when they wrote that movie, they didn't know that was there.
I know. And technically, that X-wing isn't his to throw away either.
I guess. I mean, they let him just take it and fly around all the time. So
do his Jedi crap.
Yeah.
They don't let him do that, oddly enough, in the original Marvel Star Wars comics.
Yeah.
He's always flying some other random ship.
That's true. Well, because in this, I mean, in the Marvel stuff, they're kind of using a little more logic as like those ships are really valuable. They don't have very many of them.
Yeah,
you can't just let some farboy fly off in it,
George Lucas is like, whatever.
Yeah, well, by Empire Strikes Back, it's not like he doesn't. I mean, he effectively steals it when he goes off to Dagobah because he's supposed to meet up with the rest of the fleet or whatever. He just doesn't.
He stole it in this Star Wars comic.
Yeah.
I mean, when he went to go back to Tatooine, I don't think he had permission.
Right.
Yeah, but oh well, whatever. It's all good. Luke is a bad person.
Yes, for sure.
Hey, better give the Wookiee what he wants, but no, not going to do that.
No.
I want to know the story about that lady. I like that lady with her headgear.
She does. Yeah, she does look kind of cool.
What's it's Manga Tovan, the Afra character. Kind of has like that headgear. You know what I'm talking about? The Imperial, that
the Imperial
Afra
lady.
smooches.
Yeah.
But yeah, she kind of has something like that going on. I wonder if that's coincidental. Probably is.
Probably is. Because, I mean, it kind of looks like... I mean, she's definitely got, like, a little microphone, so it sort of looks kind of just like a headset thing.
She plays Xbox a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is Gracchus on the next page playing with his lightsabers on his necklace?
He could be. It kind of looks like his hand is just there, and it's not... He's not actually, it's in front of the lightsabers, but it could be. I mean, if I had a necklace of lightsabers, I'd play with them all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a bummer. We don't ever get to see Gracchus use lightsabers, right?
I don't think so, but I could be wrong, obviously.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Lord knows he has before.
You would think. Again, I mean, I've got one. Every once in a while I pick it up and swing it around a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And mine's not even real.
Yeah. This guy's a super fan, so yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Although, maybe there's the ones around his neck don't work.
Yeah, that has to be the case, too.
Yeah.
Here's his menagerie. We get a Wampa.
Yeah.
We also get that alien that we see in the Dejeric game. Apparently there's an Ackley, which I don't see the Ackley here. And Ackley is the monster that is in episode 2, like the praying mantis kind of creature.
Okay.
We got a Mantelian Savrip, which is the long neck guy that we see he's near the Wampa. He's the Dejaric creature.
Okay.
We get a squid. It just says squid. I like to pretend that's a Raftar.
I was going to say, sure. Probably hadn't created Raftars yet, but that's what I like to think, too.
A Rogwort, which I think the Rogwort might be the character that's in the first cage nearby.
Sort of looks like an alien from, like, Aliens, but...
Yeah.
It's a little different. He's got, like, kind of a turkey neck kind of thing going
on.
No,
apparently that's... I was wrong. That is a Breezak.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where the... I don't know. But a Breezak, we see Anakin... Or maybe that's Obi-Wan. We see Obi-Wan ride one in the Clone Wars Slaves of the Republic.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're established. And let's see, what was the other one? Oh, well. It's not on this list, surprisingly.
Rancor?
A Rancor?
No, I guess because you...
But we do see his hand.
We do see his hand. I mean, it's obviously a Rancor. Those of us who've seen the movies, like everyone reading this comic book, but...
Yeah, it's just really... Oh, there's also a Ronto. I didn't mention the Ronto because the Rontos. Oh, okay, never mind. The character in the foreground that's silhouetted. There's a shadow. That's apparently the Rogwart. Okay, so I found him. But anyway, the Ronto is in between the Wampa and the Brezark, and I had a toy of a Ronto. They always just struck me as like camel-like characters. So I guess maybe they can be vicious. I don't know.
Right.
But oh well. Gracchus has some money, man.
Yeah, it seems weird though that they're like, oh, this kid who can barely use a lightsaber, we're gonna throw our biggest thing at him. I mean, I guess they are gonna, sell a lot of tickets to this battle. But it also seems like, I mean, if he can't fight Games Master guy, he's not gonna have much of a fight against a Rancor.
I kind of would I would kind of have liked him to fight. I would have liked Luke to have fought the Wampa because that would explain how he knew how to go after the arms when he does it in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
But that would have also been kind of dumb.
I mean, you just think, sure, we just don't have time to give 10 comic books where he's in a gladiator thing, but you'd think they would build up to the Rancor.
Yeah, exactly. Have him fight, like, I don't know, a Gamorrean guard or something first.
Right.
Trying to think of what a kind of vicious creature in Star Wars is that's like... I mean, I guess the Wampa would probably be like your first level opponent.
Yeah.
You're not going to fight something that's like the shape of a human. Maybe like a Wookiee, but that feels bad because they're sentient.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's also gladiator stuff, so...
Yeah.
You gotta have other gladiators, too, not just fighting monsters.
We don't want Luke just killing random animals.
Yeah.
I mean, that feels bad.
Well, again, I certainly don't need 10 more issues of him doing it. Let's get it over with.
What if they were drawn by Stuart Immonen?
I mean, sure. That gets us 10 more Stuart Immonen issues for sure.
Yeah.
Because sadly, he's not on this book very long.
No, he's not. It is crazy unfortunate.
Yeah.
Oh well. I don't have really much for the discussion of you can have Han just take me to Nar Shaddaa. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's drawn wonderfully.
Yeah.
Excellent faces. Chewie holds the bartender off of the ledge. That's pretty good.
Yep.
I like just how strong Chewie is. Like he's not even like straining to hold this guy over the edge.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah.
And man, the background in Nar Shaddaa is beautiful.
Absolutely. Yeah, this thing is incredible.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that C-3PO and Chewbacca are to scale. Like 3PO has to be like standing a few feet away behind Chewbacca in order for that, because like Chewie's tall, but I don't think 3PO is that short.
I mean, yeah, he's not quite up to Chewie's shoulder.
I don't know. Maybe that's 2 feet of difference.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know. It seems enough that I would believe it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's fine. I mean, we have that shot from the last issue where they're really standing right next to each other, and it shows up. But now Chewie's hunching over. Thanks, Chewie. Stand up straight, man. I like Chewie dropping him in the garbage barge, and there is a Dianoga, which also, by the way, does not get a listing on Wikipedia.
I mean, he's in the garbage. Come on.
Yes, but you think if they're
but that's what they are.
Yeah, then it seems like you would that's what that has to be, right? Dianogas are established as a bunch of garbage eaters.
I mean, that's certainly more than we've seen of the one in the trash compactor, but I guess.
Yeah. All right, the page that we all. I remember losing it when this issue came out.
You are a huge Dengar fan.
I do. I really think he's an interesting character, in the sense that he's kind of a doof, but he can be dangerous.
What's his deal? Yeah.
Well, he's a bounty hunter. He's been around forever.
Sure.
They felt the need to establish him in the Clone Wars. So that means that he's been around for at least 20, 30 years. And if the theory that whatever the robot Dengar that shows up in Rise of Skywalker, if that actually is Dengar, then Yeah, it means he's been around a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he has the. I'm looking at my Dengar that I have right now, and he definitely has the long-barreled rifle
Yeah,
that
I
he has in his
definitely remember
hand.
that from the toy.
Yeah, because he leans on that in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
When you play Battlefront and you play as Dengar, he like swings it like a baseball bat when he's in close range, and that's perfect.
Yeah, nice.
I don't necessarily know why Dengar has the wraps around his head. I think it might be something quasi cultural, maybe. Uh,
Okay.
but I don't know. When I first had the toy, like when I was a kid, I was always like, it must just be like bandages because he's always got like a
Yeah, it definitely
toothache.
looks like some kind of mummy thing going on.
Yeah, but I think there's something more to it.
Well,
Um,
I'm sure that someone in some West End games or something has come up with some reason for it, but I'm sure, obviously, when they just put some diapers on that guy's head and he'll look like a bounty hunter, it's fine. Let's move on.
yeah. Oh yeah, and
Have him stand next to that droid that's leaning up against the wall.
I think there's like I think he was a set designer or something in the on Empire Strikes Back. There's some kind of like goofy like well we just need to okay Dengar was played by Morris Bush in Star Wars Episode 5. Um, let's see. He also appears briefly in Return of the Jedi, although it was unknown if it was still Bush in the role.
Mhm.
Apparently, Jeremy Bullock confirms that it was.
Okay.
Uh, in pre-production, still photographs from Star Wars Episode 5. Dengar is pictured holding a modified World War II era German machine gun, the basis for both, whatever. In the film, the weapon was held by bounty hunter Forlom as well, and Dengar was armed with a modified German MG-42. Okay, I thought there might be something more interesting there,
Yeah.
but I guess there's not. A Gungan.
Hmm.
Do you think? I've always wondered. Do you think Gungans have been leaving Naboo for a while now, or is this just a problem the galaxy has been experiencing ever since Episode 1?
What do you mean the problem?
Well, because there's Gungans all over the place now in the
Okay,
galaxy.
right.
They used to just be contained to Naboo, but now they've
Yeah.
spread like the plague. Sorry.
I guess so. I don't know. Once Jar Jar became a diplomat or whatever,
Yeah.
I guess they all were like, "Ooh, Misa want to go somewhere too."
Yeah, Misa want to go to Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah,
Um,
give me a cool eye patch.
Yeah, I kind of like how eye patches need to work for Gungans.
Right.
Because, how do you make that work?
Yeah.
Is it... There's one book, I want to say it's that Han Solo Lando book, Last Shot, where there is a Gungan character, and it's firmly established that we don't all talk like that.
Oh, well, that would be nice.
Yeah.
But this guy definitely does.
This guy definitely does. Which, I mean, do you blame Jason Aaron?
No, if I'm gonna have a Gungan, he's gonna talk like a crazy Jamaican, racist Jamaican guy or whatever it is.
Misa, Wisa, all that stuff, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be totally Okie Day.
exactly. It'd be bombast.
Yeah, exactly right. But Dengar is grateful because Dengar is about to collect on
Yeah.
that bounty. Still haven't read this actual Bounty Hunters comic that's coming out now. Is he showing up in that yet?
I don't remember. I know Bosk is because the main three, it's Bosk, Boba Fett, and Valance. I
Yeah.
don't remember if Dengar showed up because the story is that they had some bounty gone bad in the past and now it's come back to haunt them, kind of a deal. So,
Okay.
but I don't remember if Dengar's been in it or not.
Well, then,
I don't think he has. I probably would have been like, "Ooh, Matt'll be excited."
yeah, he certainly. I mean, definitely. Like, if you were to say yes, then that comic would be read in the next hour. Yeah, I'm looking at his appearances in canon, and it doesn't appear to be the case. So
He was in Target Vader though, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure he was.
I don't think it was in Target Vader. Maybe. No, I didn't read that actually. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I think he was.
Okay. Yes, he was. I was looking at the wrong. I was looking at the Legends Dengar page. Many apologies, dear listeners. Yeah, he does appear in Target Vader, so now I need to read that. He does not appear in the Bounty Hunters comic yet.
Yeah, well, and he won't be appearing in it for a while.
Oh, you think so? Oh, well, yeah.
Well, I think.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly.
Because there won't be one for a while.
Yeah. For real reasons. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right. Well, that's all I got for this comic. I think this is the longest we've gone on a current Marvel comic in quite a while. So
Yeah, I do have one last thing. I've got the actual comic book that I'm going through, and it's one of these where all the ads are Star Wars ads in it. But one of them is a Star Wars Express train, like a toy train.
Okay.
You can get a toy train, like all the cars have Star Wars stuff on them, and it glows in the dark, dude.
Cool. I mean,
It looks pretty awesome.
but it's like just like a real not real, but like it's an Earth train.
Yeah, it's a normal train.
Okay.
It's like a train set, kids have.
Okay, so it's not a Star Wars train more than it is a Earth train with like a Star Wars like decoration theme.
Oh yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's just it's a toy train, but yeah, all the cars have different. Like one of them's a Darth Vader car, and one of them looks like it's a Luke car and stuff. So
That still makes it really cool.
yeah,
Absolutely. They need to make Star Wars trains for like model Star Wars trains like hover.
oh well, I don't think we have the technology for that, dude.
Well, we need to get to working on that. There's nothing else we need our scientists and engineers to be working on right now. Sorry to bring the mood down for the week, guys.
Yeah, jeez.
But hopefully by the time this episode comes out, everything's going to be situated in that regard. It won't be.
No, I was gonna say I wouldn't hold my breath for that one.
Yeah.
But hopefully it will.
Oh, well. Well, we do also hopefully hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend. We will be coming back next week with Star Wars number, I want to say, 28?
Yeah, 28.
Okay. Well, that's going to be next week. From Star Wars Comics Daily, I'm Matt Wood.
And I'm Brian Keown.
And until next week, may the Force be with you.